Okay. Good noon, guys. I'm sharing my screen. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Um, share the PPT. So, in this class, we are going to learn how Bootstrap works. Bootstrap plays a major role in web development. Most of the web developers use Bootstrap for responsive websites. If you see websites, we will open laptops, the website must look the same, right? For those things, the responsiveness is mandatory. So for the responsiveness, we will use Bootstrap. I will show you how. So initially in Bootstrap today, I will discuss grid, flex, how a model works, and I will show you how to use links also. So especially Bootstrap, I will discuss today. So I will tell you what is grid basically using Bootstrap. Okay. So this is the introduction of grid. We will use grid. Basically, I will tell you practically. If you see this whole screen, you want to display images. Okay, you want to display two images in your screen. One is to the top left end, and another one is to the top right end. Okay, to the left end and to the right end, you want to display your images with the minimum distance between the two images. Okay, so for that thing you can use some float left, float right, or margin left, margin right properties, padding properties, top left properties, and you can display the images here top to the top right end and top left end. But if you use those things when you are displaying in your, suppose you are developing your website in your laptop, so it is some medium size screen, okay, or large size screen. So in this large size screen you are developing your website, so the image fits like you will give some margin right 80% to fit the screen here, and margin left to 80% to fit the image here. Okay, but if you open the same website in your mobile phone, margin properties will vary according to your body of the screen. Okay, according to your body of the screen, it takes the margin. So if you give 80 and 80, the two images will overlap each other, so it will not be responsive if you use margins and all. So for that you have to use grid. Okay, uh, for grid, say here Bootstrap grid can adapt across 6 default breakpoints, and any breakpoints you customize the 6 default breakpoints are. So it uses 6 different breakpoints, that is for extra small, for small, medium, large, extra extra large. See here, extra small is nothing but one small phones. You can see Samsung Duos and all small phones. During our initial stages of using mobile phones, we used to use those small phones, small screens, right? So those are called as extra small screens. iPhone 5s and all, those are all our extra small screens. And small screens are nothing but our mobile phones, Android mobile phones or iOS small mobile phones. Medium screens are nothing but our tabs, and large screens are nothing but our laptops, extra larger monitors, and extra larger large TVs and all display screens. So for these all three six types of screens, bootstrap we will use Bootstrap grid to display all the to display our website equally responsively in all the 6 screens. Okay, I'll show you practically also how it works. So basically, why we use grid? Basically, what is grid? Grid is nothing but one horizontal line. Horizontal line is nothing but one row. One row. We will it defaultly divided that row into 12 parts. One row has been defaultly divided by Bootstrap into 12 parts. We have to arrange those 12 parts according to our need. So we can divide 6 to 50 parts. If I divided the 6, and 6 columns are nothing but vertical lines, row is nothing but one horizontal line. If I divide this 12 columns into 6 parts, call 6 means I will get half here and half here. So it divides the screen equally, whatever the screens, either screen is mobile phone, the screen is laptop, or the screen is large screen, whatever the screen is, it divides the screen into equal parts, two equal parts. So by using grouping of rows and columns, we use grid. Okay, I will show you practically this thing. So this is a sample code of grid. Div class row. First we use row. First we create one row. One row is nothing but one horizontal line, and there are 12 parts defaultly in grid, right? So here we are dividing col 6 and col 6. Column 6 one part, column 6 another part. So inside this thing we have to write our content. It may be text, or it may be videos, or it may be gifs, images, whatever the content is, you have to display inside the column. So that is nothing but grid. Flex is also similar to grid, but flex has more properties than grid. Like we can use default classes of Bootstrap here. I will show you how. See here. This is a sample code, flex row, deflex. This is the default Bootstrap class. We have to remember these classes, or there is an official Bootstrap 5th version of 5.0 version of Bootstrap, and we can go through that document. I will share you that link also. And by using this default class, we are dividing these three items into three parts, equal parts. Flex has not been defaultly divided into 12 parts, but we are dividing as many parts as we want according to our size of the content. So here three parts I have divided: item 1, item 2, item 3. These are the text parts. So here item 1 beside item 2 beside item 3, because we are dividing flex row. One is straight row. I will show you this thing also. And coming to links are nothing but hyperlinks in HTML. If we click on some link, you can see some blue color link with underlined text. If we move on the cursor to that link, it shows not the arrow but hand symbol. So that is the link. If we click on that link, it redirects to another page. So for that we have to create this thing. A is nothing but anchor tag. It has opening and closing tag in HTML. And href is nothing but hyperlink in HTML. So here we have to give what site or for what page it has to redirect. That page link URL you have to give here. Here I have given Google URL. Here whatever text you want, you can write. You can write your name, you can write whatever you want, but it has to be user understandable. So UX friendly, it has to be UX friendly. Okay, so if we click on this text, it redirects to this link, that is this page. Okay, this is nothing but links, and I will show you practically how a model works. Model also I will tell you while coding. Okay, hope the PPT is clear. Now I will move on to the code. So as you all know, doc type is nothing but this is the whole HTML file. It defines this document type to the browser, that this document type is nothing but the HTML file. You have to execute in this manner only. Okay, so inside the HTML file, opening and closing tag, we will have head and body part. Same to the human being, head part and body part. Inside the head part, we have to write title and whatever the external links or external things we want to attach to this file, we can attach here. So here our title, I will change the title to Bootstrap type. So before we use Bootstrap, first of all, we have to import some links here. I will show you what are those links. So we have to go to our Bootstrap site. You have to just type Bootstrap 5. So this is the official site. This is the official site of Bootstrap. Here we have to import the CSS, because Bootstrap is nothing but inbuilt CSS. Just we have to use classes here. So all the properties will apply automatically if we use this class. So for that we have to import this class. So we have to just copy and paste the CSS. Here this CSS. I've copied it and I have to paste here. Can you please increase the font size in VS Code? Okay. I think it's not changing. It's not visible. Oh, it's not changing. Is it visible now? Okay. So you have to just copy and paste that link, whatever the CSS link I have copied, I'm just pasting inside the head part here, this head part. Okay. I'm pasting it here. So I will also paste whatever you use, you have to paste there. It's CSS is enough for us, but I will show you how to paste these also. This is bundle and this is the script files. This is JS JavaScript file. This is also popper.js and this is also Bootstrap one. So whatever you want, you can just copy and paste only in the head part. So if you are using external CSS for this, that external CSS must be below these links. Okay, because if you write external CSS file above these files like here, then it overrides, our CSS will override the Bootstrap CSS. So it shouldn't happen. Bootstrap CSS should work. So you have to paste below the Bootstrap links whenever you use external CSS, if in case. Just copying these also. CSS is enough, guys, for our thing, but I'm just using this thing. Okay. So now I will save it. So here now I will show you how a grid works. So first of all, for using grid, this is one horizontal line and this one horizontal row, and it has been defaultly divided by Bootstrap into 12 vertical lines, that is 12 columns. So we have to div class, first we have to consider one row, right? Div class row. Okay, inside that row suppose I need 2 columns. So class is equals to call 6. It has divided into 12. 12 means 6. 6 plus div class 6 12, right? Div class call 6. Have divided one row into 2 equal parts, that is 50-50. So here I'm writing whatever text you want, you can write. Whatever thing you want, you can write. This is first half. You can place images also, whatever you want, you can place it here. This is second half. Okay, we just save it. So I will run it with live server. See, this is the first half. It has been divided into equal parts. Up to here, this is first half, and up to here, it is second part. So this whole row has been divided into 12 parts, and this is 6, and this is 6. 6 is nothing but 50-50. I will show you. If I divide into 3 equal parts, 4, and I will write another thing. Call 4. 4 3 is 12, right? It has been divided into 3 equal parts. Third half. Okay, see. Up to here first part, up to here second part, up to here third part. You can even style this text. You can even place the text into center. Whatever you want, you can place this by using your own CSS. Okay, see, now I will show you the responsiveness. This is in large screen, right? So if I inspect and 1 second. So if I click on this mobile, see, you can see in the mobile phone also it's same. I will show you in some iPhone. See, it divided into equal parts. Up to here one, up to here one, and up to here one. This is in iPhone 10. This is in Moto. See, it has divided in equal parts. This is in responsive screen. Whatever screen you want, you can increase it. See, up to here one, up to here one, up to here. It has divided in the parts into equal parts. See, there are some different properties for grid. So if you want to display only the site only in large screen, that is only in laptop, so you have to just give here LG, call LG4. I'm giving here call LG4, and here also call LG4. Okay, I will save it and I will run it. See, it has divided into equal parts, 3 equal parts, because it is large screen. So for suppose if I inspect this page, see, I will display it in iPhone 10. So it has not divided into 3 equal parts, because we have divided it only for the large screen but not into the mobile screen. So it has came down, down and down. You can see it has not divided the screen because we have used here LG. You can use SM for small, MD for medium, XS for extra small, XL for extra large, XXL for extra large screen. Okay, this is about grid. So if you want to display equally in all the screens, you have to just give call 4, call 6 without giving this LG and all. It displays in all screens. Now I will divide it into another part. Call 2. Okay. Here it's 4. Okay, fine. I will divide this into 3, 7, 10, 12. 12 has been completed, right? 4, 3, 7, 7, 3, 10, 10 to 12. We'll see. See. It has divided into 4 parts. This is 4, this is 3, this is 3, and this is 2. Is it clear? So if you want, you can just give it 5. You can just give it 4, 9, and here 2, and here 1. See, 5, 4, 2, and 1. So this is nothing but responsiveness, and you can see it in the screen also. If you want to see, it has divided into equal parts. So whatever you want, you can just. So this is nothing but about grid. Grid has SM, MD, XS, XL, LG, and XXL. For what screen you want, you can just use that property. Now I'm clearing this. Hope the grid is understand, right? Is it clear? Respond, guys.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So I'm just clearing this out. Now I will show you how a flex works. Okay, flex is also similar to grid, but the change is here. In flex, we will not. It Bootstrap default doesn't divided the screen into 12 parts. We have to give how many parts we want. Based on the content, it takes the screen, and the remaining content will display in the another line. Okay, now I will show you how a flex works. Okay, first I will write one div. In flex, it has default properties. If you want, you can note it down for the clarification, or else I will share you the link. In that link, you can just search whatever you want. Okay, div class, one class I will write. Class name is dflex. Okay, for all the flex properties, you have to use this dflex and flex row. Okay, and row we have created. How many divs you give inside this row, inside this class, how many divs you give inside this div, it divides the row into that many columns. Okay, here I'm giving one div, and below that I'm giving another div, and below that I'm also giving another div, and so 3 is enough for us. Okay. How many you want, you can give, just it's your wish. Okay, here I'm giving some item. First, second, and third. We'll save it. So I'm going to run it here. So, see, here you can see first, second, and third. It has divided this whole row into 3 parts, not equal parts, just 3 parts: first, second, and third, continuous fashion, because we have given dflex flex row. If I will give flex row reverse, see, third, second, and first, it doesn't reverse the total part, and also it has reversed the whole word also, whole columns also. Third, second, first, and the place has been also reversed. Okay, this is flex row reverse, and there are so many properties in dflex, but I will show you the major properties what we use here. Okay, majorly we use deflex is mandatory for all the things. So here we use justify content center, justify content center. So it displays all the three items in the center. Okay, see, first, second, third in the center of the screen. So here justify content around. So you can see around is here. So for by using this around, it divides the three parts equally and justify content evenly. See, it has the same space here. It has also the same space. It has also the same space. So it is even. Justify content even. So like this, there are different properties. Justify content. I will show you between. So here you can see between the text, it has divided the screen, not to the right and left ends. You can see here. This is justify content between. This is also similar to grid, but it has more classes and all. You can just style it easily by using flex. So this is nothing but flex. Hope it's also clear. Now I will show you how a link works. After link, I will show you how a model works. Okay. For link, we have to use just a ref. A is nothing but anchor tag. Ref is nothing but the hyperlink which we are using. So here we can use anything we want. So I will just use Google or whatever you want. You can use. So I will just here search Google. Google.co.in. So whatever link you want, you can just copy and paste it here in this link. So I will just use one link here. Wait, I'm just searching that link. So you have to just copy and paste that link by searching in browser or so. Whatever you want, you can just search. I'll just paste it here. After pasting this link, you have to close your anchor tag. Okay, in between this thing, whatever text you want, you can write it here. So suppose I'm writing here Google. Whatever text you want, you can write it here. Okay. See here, see here. This is arrow. Our cursor is. When I move the cursor here, it shows the hand symbol. This is the link. If I click on this link, it redirects to this Google page, google.com. Okay. So this is about the link. I'm sorry, I have exited. This is about the link. Hope it's clear. If you don't want this decoration and all, this color and all, you can change by using CSS. It's nothing but text decoration property. Text decoration none. You have to just give text decoration none. I will show you if you want. Style text decoration none. Okay. Save it. You can see the underline has been gone. If you want to change the color also, you can give here color some black. See, black color, but still it's hyperlink. If I click on this, it redirects to the screen. Okay, this is nothing but links. Hope it's clear how to use links and all. I'm just clearing this out. Now I will show you how a model works. Just you have to go to this Bootstrap official site. I'll just share you this link if you want. Means the name of the class depends upon the properties. Can you know the question clearly? Vaibhav Raj. I have shared you the Bootstrap link. You can go through that. Okay. You have asked some question, right? I didn't get your other question. Could you please repeat it? So okay, I will move on. So here I have to search just flex or whatever grade, or you have to search whatever thing you want. Suppose I will search here button. Okay. So here there are a lot of buttons. I'll just copy and paste this first thing. First one is primary button. Just copy and paste it, and I will just paste it here. Primary. I can change this text. Um, click me, click some anything. So you have to just see. You can see this primary button here. You can style this also by using our own CSS. By inspecting this, you can style it. So this is the color, right? You can change the color to black, and whatever the styling you want, you can just change it here, and you can just copy and paste this whole thing in your CSS. Okay. So whatever you want, you can change it here. This is simple. Bootstrap. So I'll just clear this also. Hope the buttons are also clear. Now I will show you how a model works. Model is nothing but when you click on something, suppose if you want to apply, means while using grid or their class name defines their property. Is it so? Means while using grid or their class. Sorry, I didn't still get it. Can you please speak? While using grid, we are just using the classes are row and column. Just that's it. We are dividing whole row and we are just using that row and column. Those row and column are defined by Bootstrap, and those properties will apply directly to our site wherever we use those things. So it depends, but the class name or some sensible definition of the property. See, for flex, you have to use the class names which are defaultly defined by our Bootstrap. So you have to use those things, and by using those class names only, our properties and our things will change. So the property of the Bootstrap will apply here by using those class names only. Hope you are asking that question only. But great, while using only row and column, it applies. So you have, it means it's by default. Yeah, by default it will apply. So we are using that Bootstrap link directly, right? In first I have shown you how to import the CSS link in Bootstrap. So by using that, it defaultly applies all the CSS properties what we use here. Yeah. So now I'm discussing about model, right? So here in Bootstrap, you have to just search model. Here you can see model. Model is nothing but see, I will show you here. Launch demo model. If you click, suppose if you are in some job application portal, if you click on one button like apply button and all, so it just pops up to your screen. Just not a pop-up, but it's kind of, see this one. This is nothing but a model. You can change this model, you can do whatever you want, but you can use directly alert. There will be one alert in JavaScript, but if you use that thing, you cannot change or you cannot bind the values of alert in your web page. So for that thing, you have to use model. So it works all the properties close or this thing. You can even change this whole thing. So you have to just simply copy this thing and you have to paste it in your body. Okay. So this is the button. You can change the button you want by button secondary, button danger, or whatever button you want, you can change it. So the text also you can change. But here mainly what you have to do is, here you can see this thing, right? Database target example model. Here whatever ID, for whatever ID you have given for this whole model, this is the ID, right, for this whole model. ID is nothing but for suppose for human beings there are thumb impressions. So for every human being, the thumb impression is different, right? For me, for you, for some X person, the thumb impression is different. So by using the thumb impression only, we will identify that this human being is different from this human being. So maybe the name may be same, the phone number may be same, the mail may be same, but the thumb impression will not be same for all the human beings. So similarly, here also in our side, we are giving this whole div. This whole thing is our model. For this whole model, we are giving one identity. We are giving one identity similar to your human beings. So for this identity, suppose there are 2 or 3 models here, down to down. So when I click on this button, which model should I render? So which model should appear on our screen? So for that purpose, I'm giving ID for each and every model. This is example model 1, example model 2, and example model 3. I have 3 models. So for when I click on this button, example model 1 should appear. So this ID I have to bind it here. So for ID we use hash. I have told you in the first class, like for class we will use dot, and for ID we will use hash. So hash this model, this ID we have to bind it here. So when I click on this button, no matter how many models are there in our website, but only the model which has this ID will appear in our screen. Okay. So for this, these 2 are main things. These 2 are more important, and this is the Bootstrap class for model, toggle model. Okay. So these 3 are enough. You can even write in your own button. You can use these 2 classes, and you can even write your own model, and you can just use this ID. It's enough. I'll just save it, and I'll click on this launch button. See, it has been appeared. So if I suppose I want to change this title, so here I can change the title, model title, into some Bootstrap. And here I don't want 2 buttons. See, I will show you. See, Bootstrap, it appeared. I don't want these 2 buttons, only I want close button. So I can just remove save changes button. Whatever changes you want, you can just save it. Or whole thing, you can remove the whole thing inside the div, and just you can write it your own code here. Let's save it. See, only one button has been appeared. Close. So whatever changes you want, you can just do. For the button also, here I will give button secondary. See, color has been changed, button secondary. See, whatever you want, you can change this whole Bootstrap. Bootstrap is nothing but time saving, responsive, and flexible for our websites. So we use basically this Bootstrap, and I will show you the forms also, how to use in Bootstrap. Forms. See, whatever form you want, you can just copy here, and you can just paste it here. See, form has been appeared, right? If you want to change this thing, you can just inspect here. So you can just reduce the width. How much width you want, you can just reduce it, or whatever changes you want, you can just change it. And you have to just copy and paste this whole form control and width 36% in your CSS. That's it. Whatever you want, you can change. You can just remove this, or you can change these fields. Okay, you can copy and paste these fields, how many fields you want. So whatever thing you want, you can just do the, suppose I am removing this thing. Check. I don't want this checkbox. I'm removing this. Okay. See, the checkbox has been gone. So whatever thing you want, you can just remove, or you can add. For suppose I want to add some another thing, so you have just copy and you have just paste another thing. You have to change the thing, text here, password, something else. Whatever you want, you can just change it. So this is the use of Bootstrap. Whatever you want, you will find in this Bootstrap. Okay. So hope it's clear. Is it clear, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
In next class, we will discuss about JavaScript. Okay. Thank you. I will send you the task in a written format to the team. They will share you. Okay. Thank you, guys. Have a great day.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.